And after that had all happened, Kelvin Johnson, he just crying and in tears in front of Auntie Linda and Leslie Coulthard and a whole bunch of other people. And he said, you've always been Adnyamathanha. You will always be Adnyamathanha, and I welcome your spirit back home. And then he said to the person who was involved, who was the leader, the organiser, he said, bring more of our smog back home. And that was the first time I ever knew who my Aboriginal side of the family could be. My mother grew up never knowing who her father was. It was a terrible pain in her heart. And as a result of that, and she was also given to another family to grow up in Broken Hill. We never knew who our mob was. We never really spoke about it. We just knew that we were Aboriginal, Afghani, Scottish and Irish. Those Scots got around, didn't they? And Mackenzie.
This girl looks like, she looks something like Ines, but she also looks like my Auntie Alice did long time ago. You can see the resemblance in this girl. A lot of people say she's not. Even P asked my sister there. It's like PDA. Looks like Auntie Alice.
Yeah, she's living like Trinidad, eh?
Yeah. I come in today to tell everybody who this girl is, and yeah, because my cousin, they tried to say he was only 10 years old. I was 5, but he was a teenager and he ran around with his woodyard, you know. I was 5, that's how big. And in those days, yours weren't allowed to have a woodyard, they get shot. Well, years ago when I was in Blimmen, I had girlfriends, they're white girls, and you know what they said to me? Booker, you better leave these woodyarders alone. Well, I would do, they'll shoot you. But I married a year after this, they
So my blood sister came up and we spent some time with Uncle Ken, because you know the Mackenzies were actually and Auntie Angelina, they were trying to work out who I might be related to, because I had no idea, it wasn't my story, you see. And we were sitting there one day with Uncle, and my mother, all she knew is her last name was McBride. And so this one, he sits on the bed and he just goes, he says, my cousin Gordon used to run around with a girl called McBride. And he looked at me and said, I think her name was Alice. Well, I just went white. And I looked at my sister and I said, I never told him her first name. It was one of those moments. I never spoke about the name of my grandmother. He came out. Can you imagine how I felt? My sister and I just about fell over. That's your grandmother. What could that possibly be? You know, so, you know, leading on, and look, while I've been back in country, I've been going to some of the shops here, people, oh, hello, good day, you know, I'm thinking, I've never seen you before in my life, but oh, hello, and I think they think I'm Auntie Agnes.
And see, I tried to tell the others who this girl was, they wouldn't listen to me, but you can see the resemblance in her face now. She's part of the Adnyamathanha tribe.
That's it.
And the other people, the ones who shall not be named in this meeting, you know, are trying to deny that. And they're trying to deny it because I think they're afraid. Because I'm obviously educated. I've come out of nowhere to them. But to me, my story goes way back in the Flinders Ranges. I used to bring the school kids here. Actually, I went to Teachers College with Colin Wheatra. You know, I tried to help him to stay as a qualified teacher, but he ended up leaving. And I used to bring the school kids up through the Flinders, and we used to have to contact Pauline Mackenzie to get her mum to welcome all the kids to country.
I remember a long time ago, I couldn't make it one Dad packed up and left the station. I had a tomcat, you know, I took it and I let the tomcat go out all down the station. I said, Dad, I want you got to leave him, Booker. Otherwise, would you be Hamilton, my neighbour here, mind you, but she come off.
Well, my mum came along first. So my side of the story, my mum doesn't know anything about her father, and and it said, on the birth certificate, there's no father named. It's, like I said, always been a pain in her heart. But when Uncle Ken said that, my sister and I just fell on the floor, and we're trying to track things back. And, my mother's nearly, close in age to Uncle Ken, but a little bit younger, I think. But, tracking back Uncle Ken, we don't know what the ages were then, really. And Gordon doesn't have a birth certificate. And Uncle Ken just said to me, look, when I was 4 or 5, he was a grown man. He used to build fences and fence posts. So he said to me sort of the other day, maybe he was 18, I really don't know. It's Uncle Ken's story, but also Uncle Ken says, and I know that there's an auntie, oh sorry, wrong switch. There's an auntie here who I got told by Uncle Ken's wife, who was very close to, and she said, oh yeah, she said, this other one, Arnie here, who never did get married apparently, really liked Gordon Gupta, and she was annoyed that he was interested in the other ones, in my grandmother. So she tells that she knows the story. And then Uncle Ken says your older brother, Don, knows the story.
Don knows it too. Don knows. Don was a little boy. He said, no, our cousin was a teenager around about 18 or more, and he used to cut posts and do fencing, Dad said he was only a kid. He was a man, him and my cousin Jim does a cut post, yoke up dogs. I remember one night we was there, big storm was on, and Uncle Sam said, Jim and Gordon, go on get the donkeys, big storm was on. They were sleeping, they didn't want to get up in the storm and get the donkeys. They thought they were going to be washed away, but the flood come close and woke up next morning, big flood, So it used to be good times going.
Yeah.